What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we have a battle submission from a fellow content creator, Ganetto24 on YouTube, so you guys be sure to go check out their channel. I'll have a link down in the description. But Shadow Zapdos is going to be the featured Pokemon of today's video, and it's their featured Pokemon on their channel, much like Alolan Marowak is for me. Zapdos is for this battler, so we're going to check out how strong it can be in the Open Great League. Alright, getting into the first battle, we have Medicham on the lead versus a Pidgeot. So not a very good lead, a little bit better when you come back into it with energy, so we will see the Drapion safe swap right away. Now this is a Poison Sting, Crunch, Aqua Tail Drapion. That Aqua Tail will help out against Bastiodons or Galarian Stunfisk that decide to swap into it. Now they did get a shield early here from Pidgeot, so this could be a tell that there's something weak in the back to Drapion, so most likely some type of ghost, probably a Trevenant would be my initial guess right here based on their team composition. But they're deciding to go for another Crunch. Pidgeot's going to go ahead and let it go. They did get a defense drop right there, which is nice. And now they're going to let it go. I imagine this team is built around Zapdos sweeps, which means you want a lot of energy. Now, they brought in Medicham right away, and the opponent instantly swapped into Cofagrigus. So there was one ghost that we were talking about earlier. That's why Drapion, they didn't bring anything into Drapion. Now, if it's a Trevenant as well, sorry, I'm losing my words right here. If it's a Trevenant as well in the back, the Zapdos is going to sweep. But here comes the Zapdos. It's going to go ahead and load up on energy. And this is what you want to do. When you have a 2-to-1 shield advantage in a situation like this, you want to overload on so much energy that they will not have enough shields in order to take this thing down. So they're going to go ahead and go for the Drill Peck here. It does get a final shield, so they're going to go for the second one, which means their backline is extremely weak. My guess is Trevenant. Is it going to be Trevenant, though? Let's find out. If Pidgeot comes back in, it's definitely a Trevenant. Maybe it is a Trevenant back there. That makes a lot of sense. Think about it. They safe swapped in the Drapion, and the Pidgeot stayed in, which means they were weak in the back. Boom! One shots the Trevenant, and Pidgeot is going to go down as well, so that's going to be a good game. All right, moving to the next one, we got Medicham on the lead versus Galarian Stunfisk. Very positive lead on this side, so let's see what the opponent decides to do. They decide to swap out into Gliscor, so they're going to go ahead and come in with the Drapion. That Aqua Tail is really going to help out in this situation. Now, Gliscor can be a tricky Pokemon to face off against, having Wing Attack, which is a high energy gaining fast move, and then Night Slash and Earthquake. It can be a mind game, especially in this situation, so the best bet for Drapion is to probably just be shielding any charge move that comes through. I wasn't counting the fast moves, but obviously this is going to be a good shield right here. Even though it was a Night Slash, you do not want to get one-shotting. You want to maintain switch advantage right here. So, is this enough energy for an Earthquake? I don't think it was. Yeah, it's going to be another Night Slash. They needed a couple more Wing Attacks in order to get to it. Oh, they're just going for the Night Slash spam. So now, this is actually a situation where Gliscor could potentially flip this right here. They still have one shield. Oh, this is going to be close. Drapion might just be able to get to that next Aqua Tail in time. Now, I think with this team, the Aqua Tail is definitely going to be mandatory. They decided to let it go, so they're going to go ahead and come in with the Galarian Stunfisk and look to load up on energy, as Mudshot does do super effective damage. But thankfully, Drapion can get an Aqua Tail here, and that is so much. Oh, that's a Shadow Drapion. My bad. Here, live edit, boom, Shadow Drapion. Now, we do see a swap out into Noctowl, so the Zapdos is going to go ahead and come in. This is actually very dangerous. I'm not sure they're going to be able to win this because Noctowl is going to do a lot of neutral damage right here with that Shadow Ball. Ooh, that's a lot. But can they get to 2 Drill Pecks? They can, and then some. Okay. So Drill Peck, even though it is only neutral, is still going to hit like a truck right here. They decided to no-shield it, so they'll be able to get to a second one in time. And I don't know, I feel like Galarian Stunfisk, oh, they decided to shield anyways and farm down, but they do have an Ice Punch ready to go, which means they're going to win the CMP tie, and now it's going to be Galarian Stunfisk versus the Medicham right here. Medicham has enough health where an Earthquake is not going to be able to one-shot, so it's going to be a race now. Galarian Stunfisk is going to have to basically get to 2 Earthquakes because Rock Slide is not going to be enough as well, so they should be able to close this out, and that is going to be a good game very well played. So the Shadow Zapdos actually took a lot less damage than I thought it would have from that Shadow Ball. I honestly thought it was going to one-shot, and I was like, oh, this is looking like a game over. But nope. All right, we got Bastiodon on the lead. Very positive right here. So let's see what the opponent decides to do. In comes a Shadow Victory Bell. So they're going to go ahead and swap now into Drapion. And this is a tough situation. Shadow Victory Bell, you guys know it. It doesn't matter if it's resisting Razor Leaf. It's still going to hit like a truck. And they just let it go. Boom. Down goes the Victory Bell. Usually Victory Bells like to do as much damage and try to flip that mid-game matchup if possible, because Bastiodon, even though it's going to be able to farm down with Smackdown and have a Flamethrower ready to go for Medicham, it doesn't threaten a Medicham. And Drapion right here can spam these Aqua Tails, so it's basically going to even up the game, because the amount of damage that this Drapion can do is so devastating that it might, I don't think it's going to force a shield right here, but it might just do that. Now, the final Pokemon is going to be the determining factor of if they can win this game, because if it's a Sableye in the back, things could be very dangerous very quickly. So Medicham's going to go ahead and come in, and like I said, Flamethrower doesn't matter. They're going to no-shield it. They know their win con is 2 shields on Zapdos potentially, and let's see what happens. No, it's going to be a Medicham Mirror. So they're going to go ahead and go for the Ice Punch, and now they have to swap out into their Shadow Zapdos in order to win this game. This is still going to be a close one. I think the Zapdos is definitely going to be outpacing thanks to the Thundershock fast move. It just gains energy so quickly compared to counter, but Ice Punch does do super effective damage. So let's see how this is going to pace out. I do think Zapdos, oh, it was a Power-Up Punch Shield Bait. Uh-oh, things just got very dangerous now, so they need to get to 2 more Drill Pecks, and they're going to let this one go through. If this is Ice Punch, no, it's another Power-Up Punch. Okay, they should be able to get to 2 Drill Pecks. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. I thought that might have been a sneaky Ice Punch. That would have been really cool to see from the opponent, but they decided to double shield, which is fine. Zapdos does not care. It is going to be taking out the Medicham right here. Boom! And then they can swap back into Medicham and take down the Bastiodon. Yeah, this just goes to show how crucial the Aqua Tail is there on the Shadow Drapion. All right, we got a Shadow Dragonair here on the lead. Definitely more of a spicier pick in this meta, but still very strong thanks to getting Body Slam recently with the update to the new season. So they're going to go ahead and no-shield it. It is going to be the Body Slam. That just does so much damage. If you think about neutral matchups where they're not resisting Dragon Breath, Shadow Dragonair can put in a lot of work, and I don't think, yeah, they're going to swap out. They can't stay in that. They would have been farmed down for sure. And we will see Drapion probably give up a shield right here. No, they're going to let it go. It's going to, oh, that's just so much damage. We see a swap out now into Registeel. So they're going to go ahead and go for the crunch. Now, Drapion is actually in a good position here where they can spam multiple charge moves because Lock-On's not really going to be able to farm them down by the time they can start threatening the remaining health of Registeel. So, yeah, this is going to be a close one. Registeel has to throw. No, they don't. Okay, so they're going to be able to get to this crunch, this third crunch now. Going to be forcing the final shield here from the Registeel. So they get all shields down, and this is a really good situation now. Unfortunately, not able to get to that Aqua Tail. But this is a good situation now for Medicham to come in and look to load up on energy. Now, they're going to decide to no-shield. So this is going to be a full Zapdos sweep. I hope there is not a Bastiodon in the back, but let's see how this plays out. They're going to have to give up a shield here, as they're going to want to commit to this farm down, because that energy is going to be far more worth it than the shield. Now, we do see a swap out into the Dragonair, so they can just go for Drill Peck right here. Got to get this thing out of there because the Dragon Breath damage would be far too much. And let's see what that final Pokemon is going to be. Oh, it's going to be a Noctowl. We are booming today. I think this one-shots everyone. I think it does. Let's see. Yeah, of course it does. Boom! One-shots the Noctowl, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Right, moving into the next one, we have Medicham versus Stunfisk. All right, so another positive lead. Let's see what the opponent decides to do. They decide to come in with Drapion, so they're going to come in with their own Drapion. Now, in this matchup, the Drapion with the Aqua Tail is at a slight advantage, and the opponent has Sludge Bomb. The Aqua Tail does neutral damage. Crunch and Sludge Bomb are resisted, and the Aqua Tail is also the lowest energy charge move. As you guys can see, they're about the same health right now. and the Aqua Tails are going to be outpacing the Crunches and Sludge Bombs. So the Shadow Drapion should be able to take this mid-game and maintain positive switch advantage. Now, in order to do that, they might have to give up a shield, which is going to be the unfortunate thing. So they're going to go ahead and shield the Crunch right there. No debuff as well, and they can just go straight for an Aqua Tail here. If this gets a shield from the opponent Drapion, the opponent is going to be in a lot of trouble. They did shield. Okay, so now they can safely survive this move if it is Crunch. Yeah, they can survive, and they can get to this Aqua Tail in time. Oh, simultaneous farm down. Uh-oh. I thought they were going to throw the Aqua Tail. Okay, this is now a dangerous situation. Let's see if Medicham comes back in. They decide to go with Zapdos, and they align to Trevenant. So what happened there is both players at the last second have to choose a Pokemon to come onto the field, and it is complete mind game. You're staring at the top right, hoping to click the right Pokemon, or hoping your opponent clicks a different one, and now they can align Medicham to the Galarian Stunfisk, and they built back up to Drill Peck because they did a good swap there to catch the charge move. But ultimately, that is a 50-50 toss. Had they brought in Medicham, this would have been a completely different game. Granted, I think the commitment to the farm down there in the middle of Drapion was really risky, and going for the Aqua Tail might have changed this game around. But ultimately, they'll be able to win this because they had good alignment right there with the coin toss, bringing in the Pokemon at the final second. So they're going to let that Ice Punch go through. Zapdos is going to come in and has 2 Drill Packs ready to go. So this is going to be a good game. Shadow Zapdos once again going to be sweeping teams like it always does. I love to see it. Team Instinct all the way. Here comes another satisfying boom. Boom! All right, good game. Is that the final one? No, we got way more. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, we're only halfway through. Buckle up. All right, we got Medicham Mirror Fight. Now, let's see how they're going to play this, because there could be a Galarian Stunfisk or a Bastiodon in the back. They pair well with Medicham. So they're deciding to go straight for the Psychic right here. Both charge moves do neutral damage. And it's all about, oh, they get a shield early. This, again, increases Zapdos' potential to sweep endgame. So they're going to go ahead and let it go through, and it's going to be an Ice Punch. So things are looking very good right here. Now, will they try to catch the charge move? It looks like they are, and they do catch the charge move here. If this is a Psychic, let's see if it's going to be no. It's just going to be another Ice Punch. So we do see a Galarian Stunfisk come in. So that is very good, and this is why the Drapion is utilized as the safe swap right here. With a Medicham lead, if there is a tank in the back, a Bastiodon or a Galarian Stunfisk, they are most likely going to come into the Drapion because they can still have a good matchup there, and they avoid the Medicham. But in this situation, these Aqua Tails with shield advantage is dangerous. Now, the Drapion's going to go ahead and let it go. They have a good win con right here where they can come in with Medicham and look to load up on energy. Now, will they commit to the farm down? Yeah, they're going to go ahead and commit. And I don't think they need to shield. I think this is just a Rock Slide. No, it is going to be the Earthquake. Okay, boom. But now they're going to come in with Zapdos, and Zapdos is like, I'm just going to sweep this whole team, safely shield this charge move, and just load up on energy right here. This is going to be very satisfying. In comes an Altaria. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and go for Drill Pecks. Granted, both do neutral damage because Altaria is part Dragon Flying. So the Thunderbolt would only do neutral, and Drill Peck is a lot lower energy, so they'll be able to spam it quicker. And they have to give up their final shield here. Now, this is going to come down to how much energy is on Medicham, because if it has an Ice Punch or very close to, granted it already did 2 Ice Punches, but if it's close to another one, uh-oh, they're going to commit to the farm down. They get it in time. It does not matter. Medicham is going to come in, and it's going to be hit with back-to-back Drill Pecks, but is it going to survive that counter that snuck through? I think it, yeah, well, it definitely did because it's still alive. Going for the Drill Peck right here. Boom! Now, Galarian Stunfisk. No! Zapdos goes down to the fast moves. Almost a full sweep right there. Good game. All right, we got Medicham versus Azumarill on the lead. So they actually have 2 good counters in the back with Drapion, and in comes a Scrafty. So again, going to be spamming these Aqua Tails, and this is going to be very tough for the Scrafty to resist the urge not to okay, they're just going to go for Power Up Punch straight away. That's fine. Then the Drapion's going to go ahead and let it go. I thought Drapion might have tried to commit to the full farm down, or not the Drapion, sorry, the Scrafty. try to commit to the full farm down and then just foul play spam the Medicham. But they're going to be, oh, and they do get a shield. That is beautiful right here. And they're going to be able to get to a third Aqua Tail in time. And this is what's deadly about the Drapion safe swap, is it can just do so much damage. All right. Medicham now can safely come in, no shield the foul play, and just counter it down. Because Scrafty, I don't think is going to be able to get to 2 foul plays in time. I think it needs a couple more counters. But we shall see. Yep, it goes down. All right, so they're going to go ahead and bring in the Zapdos. In comes a Sableye, and Sableye, even though a Shadow Claw is ripping it apart, oh, they're just going to go straight for the Thunderbolt. No bait right here. Just going to boom it out of the ground. No, they do get a shield from the opponent, so now this is going to be a race because Zapdos is going to be critical in order to take down the Azumarill, and they can't take too much more foul play damage, so they got to go for the Thunderbolt right away, and I think this is going to seal it right here, as Thunderbolt does so much neutral damage against the Sableye. Boom! And then in comes the Azumarill. Oh no, can they get to the Thunderbolt in time? Oh, with 1 HP! That was so close. Had the Azumarill farm down right there, it would have been a good game, but Zapdos says no. Oh my goodness, that is so much damage, and the opponent surrenders. Good game. All right, that was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Those bubbles really start to add up. All right, we got a Tapu Fini here on the lead, so they're going to go ahead and swap into the Drapion, and in comes a Galarian Stunfisk. I said this multiple times before, this is the setup of this team. Medicham lead, Drapion safe swap, draws out the Galarian Stunfisk, and this is the exact situation why. So they can just spam these Aqua Tails, and if they honestly want to take Switch, I think they might be able to do it if they can successfully shield an Earthquake. But do you want to risk that? Giving up a shield here? No, they're going to go ahead and let it go. If it's Earthquake, so be it. But if it's Rock Slide, they survive and they get to an Aqua Tail now to set themselves up for shield advantage because a Galarian Stunfisk will not survive this. So they do get the shield. Stunfisk CMP ties, and this is a very good situation. Medicham can safely come in and farm down with counter. And they have that Psychic to do neutral damage against the Tapu Fini. And again, setting themselves up with shield advantage for Zapdos. So in comes the Zapdos, and oh my goodness, Tapu Fini and a Noctowl, both extremely weak to Zapdos, and this is going to be a GG already. They just got to be very careful about the water gun damage because that is going to add up. Now, they're going for the Drill Peck right here in case the opponent decides to shield, which they do, and they're going to go ahead and go for Thunderbolt. And now this is looking to be a good game because Noctowl is going to be doing resisted wing attack damage right here. Boom! And hopefully they can get to the... Oh, man. Yeah, I think they can get to the Thunderbolt in time, just looking at the remaining HP and seeing how much energy they have. Yeah, they should get to it in time. Oh, so satisfying. So the full Zapdos sweep. And again, baiting out the Galarian Stunfisk, which is that hard counter. Boom! To Zapdos is the goal of this team. Good game. All right, moving to the next one. Medicham versus Mew. Okay, that is a tough one. They can swap into... they're going to stay in. Okay. Are they trying to catch the charge move? No, they're just going straight for Ice Punch. Maybe they have a hard read. I'm not sure what that read is going to be. I haven't seen Mew used in a long time. It's a fantastic Pokemon for Great League, don't get me wrong. All right, they're trying to catch the charge move. That was the goal right here. So they will catch the Surf there on the Shadow Drapion, and in comes a Lantern. So they're going to have to go for Crunches this time. Still great neutral damage right here, but obviously you can't go for Aqua Tails because it's going to be resisted. And that Crunch, oh, and they get a defense drop as well. So hopefully, actually, they might want to shield here. Are they going to do it? Yeah, they want to shield. They are quite a far ahead on energy, and I think they can win the race to the next Surf. In order, the Lantern getting to the Surf and them. Oh, another defense drop. So they can go for Aqua Tail, actually. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and double shield this. No, they're letting it go. Forcing the opponent to throw. Okay. All right, now do they come in with the Medicham? Yeah, they're going to come in with Medicham. And the Lantern had a little bit more energy than I thought. Granted, these battles are sped up, and I'm looking at the camera, so I missed fast moves, but that's okay. In comes the Mew, though. Very interesting. They're going to go ahead and go for the Ice Punch, and now they got to swap into their Zapdos in order to potentially win this game. And Mew might not be able to get to 2 charge moves in time. Zapdos is going to be forced to shield, but does Mew have a double Surf right here? No, it went for a Wild Charge, which means, oh, a Wild Charge and a Surf. There's no way this is double Wild Charge. No, it is going to be the Surf, so Zapdos survives. In comes a Noctowl, and now they have to go for the Thunderbolt here. I think they can win the race to the next one, but it's going to be extremely close. Do they get it? No, it lands! Boom! They landed! In comes the Drill Peck as well, because Lantern is still alive and has a good amount of health. It's going to try to commit to the farm down, and one counter gets it. Oh, what a back and forth right there. Good game. All right. I think that was the final one. Oh, dang it. I was getting really excited. That last one was a super back and forth. Now, had the Noctowl shielded that, does it get to the Sky Attack in time? I don't know, but that was a really good game, and thank you, shout out to Ganetto24 for sharing these battles with us. This was awesome. Shadow Zapdos is such a strong Pokemon, but it requires a team that can handle Galarian Stunfisk and Bastiodon, which is what you see with Medicham and the Shadow Drapion there. If you guys don't have Shadow Drapion, just try normal Drapion. I'm sure it will still do well, just the matchups are a little bit different. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.